Hey guys, you're watching Cait Straight Up and I am Caitlin, and today I'm going to show you a delicious and simple and super easy but fabulous recipe to make with all of your leftover tomatoes from your garden. It's summer, we know we're getting overloaded with tomatoes, and there's only so many things that you could do before you start getting tired of it and just jarring them all in sauce. But I'm going to show you how to make some slow cooked Parmesan garlic tomatoes that are absolutely phenomenal. They couldn't be easier. Honestly, there's nothing else to say. You can use any tomato for it. It's a great recipe. So let's get started. We are going to make our garlic Parmesan slow cooked in our oven tomatoes, and you're gonna love it. So as I mentioned, any tomato does work for this recipe. You could see here that I have a little bit of a couple different kinds, but all you want to do is cut them up into semi-even portions. Now, this actually is a great recipe for all of you that get 500 little cherry tomatoes like me, and you can't eat enough salad to put these in. So this is actually a great recipe to use those up. So we're just gonna go ahead and slice those cherry tomatoes in half. And then if you have a bigger tomato like this, like Aroma, you could just chop off the end. I like to chop off that side too, and then just make some slices like that. So like I said, any tomato that you have would work. All of it goes great in this recipe. So it's important when you lay out your tomatoes that you do it on a piece of some parchment paper or whatever you want to lay down, because in that way we can allow the cheese to melt off of it and kind of encompass the tomato and not have a mess on our pan. First things first though, we're going to hit it with some spices. So you're just going to do a little bit of sea salt, any salt will do, some salt and some black pepper. Now, we have our sheet down here, so nothing about this has to be perfect. Just try to make sure that all of your spices get on all your tomatoes on your pan so that everybody gets a little bit of the fun. After that, garlic. You know I'm a garlic fan. I mean, you're probably going to be like, wow, Caitlin, that's a lot. But hit these bad boys with some garlic. Tomatoes will suck it up. Hit them with some garlic. You're all good. Last spice before we do our Parmesan cheese is some oregano. So again, the reason we lay that paper out is so that we don't have to worry about hitting the tomatoes perfectly. We basically have easy cleanup when they're out of the oven. After that, it is just time for your cheese. You're going to take a shredded Parmesan cheese and just lay it out over your tomatoes. Now, we don't want to have too much, so like let's not have an entire tray of cheese here. Hold your heavy cheese hand like I have to hold mine, because you know that I would just cook this cheese. But we do want to get a good amount of cheese on each of these tomatoes. We don't want to have one that has none. So, you know, you got to be fair. If you have to go back and some get some extra because you're trying to be even, then hey, that's just life, and that's called winning the food and cheese lottery. Easy enough, right? I told you, not hard at all. Now these are going into a 250-degree oven for anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. The reason why the range is so big is because I don't know what type of tomatoes you have. If you have small cherries, you might be able to pull them out at 20. If you have a thicker beefsteak or something with thicker slices, it might take a little longer. A hint, you know it's done when your cheese is nice and melted and your tomatoes, you could tell, have that kind of broiled, soft look to them. That's when they're ready to go. So depending on your tomato, it could be different cook times. 250 degrees though, either way, because that low temperature sucks out the moisture of the tomato, allows the moisture to come out so that we don't have a wet pan when we take it off, and we have delicious cheese-covered tomatoes. And that's it. Could it be easier? And we all know we're looking for original, new, fun recipes to use up our tomatoes. I don't know if anyone else is having a great year, but I'm having a record year with my tomatoes. And like I said, you can't eat enough salad or make enough sauce for everything that I have going on outside. So make sure to subscribe to Cait Straight Up for more fun recipes like this every Tuesday. Find me on Instagram, Cait Straight Up Cooking. I'd love to see what you're cooking. I'd love to do a request for you. Come on back and check out and comment below. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.